Hi, welcome to GameStop. How may I help you today?
Yeah, hi. Um, so, I'm looking for something new to play on my consoles. And I was wondering if you could help me out.
Oh, well, welcome. That's why we're here at GameStop. We're here to help you. So, what consoles do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, well, I have, I'm a multi-console owner because, I'm a neutral, I'm not a fanboy.
I'm a neutral.
And so, I own all the consoles. So I own a PlayStation 5, I own an Xbox Series X, I own a Switch, I also have a souped up PC with a 3090 inside of it. So I own everything, I have all the consoles.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, we have a couple of great games that just released, especially for the PlayStation. You said you have a PlayStation 5. We've got Final Fantasy 16 and we have Final Fantasy VII Remake releasing in 2023. Do you want to put some pre-orders down? You want to put some $5 down for a pre-order for those games?
Oh, Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake Rebirth? Yeah, can I pre-order that on my Xbox?
I'm sorry about that. Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, these games are only on PlayStation 5. So if you wanted to put in a pre-order for these games, you'd have to pre-order it on PS5.
What? Why? I should be able to pre-order these games for the Xbox or for my Switch. Why do I only have to be able to, why can I only play these games on the PlayStation 5? Huh? Why?
I'm sorry. This is just how business is. So if you wanted to pre-order these games, you'd have to pre-order them on a PS5. I mean, you just told me you have all the consoles, so what's the big deal?
The big deal is I shouldn't have to only be allowed to play this game on my PlayStation 5. If I wanted to play this game on my Xbox, I should be allowed to do so. It's very anti-consumer and it's so wrong that I cannot play this game on my Xbox. Why do I have to only play this game on my PlayStation 5?
Sir, again, I don't understand why you're angry. You have all the consoles. I'm sorry, sir. I really am having a hard time understanding why you're so angry. Wasn't this the reason why you bought all the consoles?
I bought all the consoles so that I could be able to play all the exclusives that are on them, okay?
Yeah, well, Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, these games are exclusive, sir. I don't understand your issue.
The issue is that these are not true exclusives. It's Sony being anti-consumer and going out and trying to lock down timed exclusivity for games that they don't own. They're not owned. Sony doesn't own Square. So I shouldn't be only allowed to pre-order this game on my PlayStation 5. It's the fact that Sony is doing these anti-consumer practices that is really wrong and really messed up. And what about the other gamers who can't afford a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X? Huh? What about those? What if they can only afford an Xbox and not a PlayStation? What about them? Huh?
Sir, I'm so sorry, but these are the rules. I don't make the rules. I just sell the games. I just sell the pre-orders. If you don't want to pre-order the game, maybe it'll come to your console later. But again, I don't understand why you're having this issue if you have all the consoles. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't need to make sense. You just have to respect my opinion. It's my opinion. Because it is my opinion.
You hear how stupid that sounds? Could you imagine if a conversation like that was actually going down at GameStop? You hear how stupid that sounds? Doesn't that sound really stupid? Right? Hey, yo, what is good, YouTube? What is good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. How we feeling today, man? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is good. Happy Tuesday. You know, if you're at work, I hope I can get you through your work day. If you're on your way home from work, I hope I could get you through your commute home from work. You know, if you're at home and cooking dinner or doing homework with the kids or whatever, hope I could get you through your sessions, right? Or if you're studying or whatever the case may be, hope I can get you through your sessions. Listen, you might be taking a shower. I don't know. You feel me? I just appreciate you putting me on while you get, cleanliness is closer to godliness. Listen, you might be having the maritals with the significant other. I don't know. I don't know. I just appreciate you putting me on. You feel me? Shout out to y'all though, man. Yo, look, as soon as I go live, they go to sirens, man. It's like they know. It's like they know, man. They know. Swear, it's like they know. Ain't no damn emergency. Ain't no emergency. They trying to get some donuts. But yo, man, shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Yo, Rollo in the building. Rollo, how you feeling today, man? Yo, Stardust Acero, what's good, bro? Ghost in the Garage Gaming, what is going on with you? Jazzy Jefferson in the building. Jazzy, what's going on with you, bro? I appreciate you. Ice Queen Gaming in the building. I appreciate you. Yo, Henry Heck in the building. Henry, how you feeling today, brother? If Lil Mama is watching with us today, man, shout out to Lil Mama. Shout out to the whole family. I remember one time, I think Henry said him and his girl and the kid, they always watch. I was like, damn, it's a goddamn family event. I know Henry got me coming through the TV. It's a goddamn family event. You know, shout out to Henry and his family, man. Yo, Mary Wilcox in the building. Mary, how you feeling today? Gian the Don in the building. Gian, how you feeling today, bro? The Unknown, what's going on with you, bro? Appreciate you. Corey Macy in the building. What's going on with you? Omar in the building. What up, Omar? Sonic Moore in the building. Sonic, how you feeling today? Fake Outrage. That's a good name. Fake Outrage in the building. Fake Outrage, how you feeling today, man? Shout out to you. Yo, Stu Jersey, what's going on with you? Says, is Crisis Core a remake or a remaster? It's a semi-remake. Call it like a 1.5 remake. Yo, Kyle Ward. Kyle, what's going on, bro? I appreciate you. Blackbeard in the building. How you feeling today, Blackbeard? Brain Cells on Fire. What's going on with you? Carl Anchor. How you feeling today, man? Appreciate you. Mary, Arc War Angel. What's going on with you, bro? Mooch, what's good, bro? Mooch, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you, man. Let's scroll up, man. Yo, Sam Ash in the building. Sam, how you feeling today? Rabbit got the gun. Rabbit, how you feeling today, bro? I appreciate you. Games for Eternity in the building. Games, how you feeling today, bro? Prince Philip in the building. Prince, how you feeling, man? How you feeling today, man? Yo, E. Kim, what's going on with your Viper Reaps? What's going on with you, bro? Muck 45, Muck, what's good with you, bro? Philip K, yo, Philip K, what's good, bro? I appreciate you, man. I'm feeling good. How you feeling today, Philip? Lorenzo Carson in the building. Lorenzo, how you feeling today, man? I appreciate you. Yo, it's me, baby 80. What's going on with you? Appreciate you. Yo, Franco Tech, what's going on with you? TK RDS, what's up, man? Blackbeard, what's going on? Rob Gaming TV. Rob, what's good, bro? I appreciate you. Shout out to you, Rob. Yo, Jiggery Pokery, what's good? I own both consoles, but Starfield exclusivity makes me not want to play it. Can you imagine? Yo, what up, Jiggery, man? I appreciate you. New face too. Cloud Stripe. Cloud, what's good, bro? Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Make sure I get everybody, man. Yo, Spider Silva 147. What's good, Spider? Appreciate you coming through, rocking out with your boy. Who else, man? Make sure I get everybody in the chat. Yo, Jeff B Gaming. Jeff, how you feeling today, bro? Shout out to you, man. Iron Panther in the building. Iron Panther, what's good, bro? I appreciate you. Shout out to you, man. Who else is here? Yo, C Fresh 2180. C Fresh, what's up, bro? Appreciate you. Yo, Black Rob in the building. Black Rob, how you feeling today, man? Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Everybody that's here. Shy-Time, yo, Shy City Gamer. Appreciate you, Shy City. Yo, Mooch, what's good, Mooch? Mooch, stop yelling. Who's yelling? Stop yelling. Shout out to Mooch. Appreciate you, Mooch. Shy City Gamer, man, appreciate you for the super chat. He says, damn, it feels good to game on PlayStation. Absolutely. Absolutely. You already know. You already know. Sonic Nelson Gaming, what's good? Appreciate you. Who else is here? Fox 023, what up, man? Shout out to Fox. I know I try to shout y'all out. Kevin Green, what's good? What's good? Appreciate you, Kevin. I appreciate you, Kevin, always. Amanda Pemberton in the building. Amanda, how you feeling today? Says, I've given up on trying to apply logic to these bots. It's kind of crazy. Yo, Jay Holyfield. Jay, how you feeling, man? I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Koopa Clips, what's good, Koopa? I appreciate you. Who else? Hey, they go Stone in the building. Shout out to Catwoman. What's good, Catwoman? Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, man. Yo, round of applause for the folks in the chat. All right. So that little skit, I did that on the fly too, by the way. You hear how stupid that sounds? Didn't that sound really stupid? Like, honestly speaking, didn't that sound like, even when I was doing it, I'm like, yo, this shit sounds so stupid. Yo, Neil Augusto, what's up, man? This shit sounds so stupid. It sounds incredibly stupid. Yo, Philip DVG, what's good, bro? He said, you related to Sensei Inc? Y'all sound alike. Nah, I'm not no, I don't know who that is, like, personally speaking, Philip. But nah, I'm not related to Sensei Inc. Yo, foxing around, Austin, what's good, bro? Shout out to you, man. Yo, KP, what's up? I sound like somebody. Yo, Blue Rhizome, what's good, man? Appreciate you. BRB got to call mechanic real quick. All right, no doubt, Nelson. So, you know, you hear how stupid that sound though, man? It's one of those things where I'm doing it and I'm like, yo, this even sounds incredibly stupid. But this stuff is actually incredibly funny too, right? Because yo, Kelvin Smith, what's good? It points out the blatant hypocrisies within our community, right? It points out the revisionist history when it comes to people's ability to think back to the past. It points out the zealots in the rabid tribalism and fanboyism that we have within our community, right? Now listen, having a preference is perfectly fine. I've always said that I maintain that energy. You know, I even have a preference. You know, I prefer PlayStation. You guys know that, right? But what I saw last week was nothing short of disgusting. And I couldn't really get into it how I wanted to because, you know, we you know, on WPS, you know, on WPS, you know, that's more of like our PlayStation centric show. We don't really talk about things that go on in the community or get too R-rated or too crazy on that show. But then also, even I know Barry did a space last week. And, you know, space is more of a, you know, it's a get in and get out type of thing. That's not really something where I would want to hold an entire podcast of me talking about, you know, like, you know, because it's a lot of people that want to talk and give their thoughts, and, you know, you can't. It's more of a conversation type of thing, right? You know, with my show, I can get up on my soapbox type of thing. I'm not gonna lie, that shit just scared the hell out of me because it's really loud in my ear. So when the sound played, that shit, it just scared the shit out of me. Yo, J Gamer UK, what up, bro? So this is where I want to start, right? I want to start with the actual exclusivity, right? Because Final Fantasy, you know, here's the thing that I think a lot of people tend to forget is, you know, Final Fantasy has been around 35 years, right? It's been around for a very long time. Started on the not on the SNES, but it started on Nintendo, and, you know, made its way to PlayStation, and it was on PlayStation exclusively for like over a decade, right? The first Final Fantasy game to hit Xbox was the 13 series. So from 7 to 12, those games were coming exclusively to PlayStation. 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 to 11, 12. And then 13 is when Strick, what's good, bro? 13 is when those games started coming on Xbox, right? So, and I'm talking like mainline, not Call of Duty, mainline Final Fantasy games, right? So when it comes to this whole why is Final Fantasy exclusive to PlayStation, or why is Square doing so much business with PlayStation, or all this fake outrage that we're tending to see all around social media, all in and out of these spaces and all this other stuff. Just know your history. 11 was on Xbox, Farbreeze. It might have been. That might have been the only one. That might have been the one that hit Xbox. Mainline Final Fantasy games didn't hit Xbox until 13. That's what I'm saying. 11 might be an outlier. Somebody check me on that. I don't remember 11 being on Xbox, but I could be wrong. Shit, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? So when it comes to this whole Final Fantasy being exclusive to PlayStation, or Square and PlayStation having such a good relationship, this is something that goes back to the PlayStation 1 era when it comes to 11 was the MMO, and I think that's why I'm a bit hazy on that one, because I didn't really get too deep into MMO. I don't remember 11 being on PC, at least not at launch. But I mean, it was apparently 11 was on 360. Really? Very surprising. All right, so you know what? 11 was there, 12 wasn't, and then 13, right? So, when I think back to, when you look back at the relationship that Square Enix and PlayStation has had throughout history, the relationship that they've had dates back to the PlayStation 1. You get what I'm saying? PlayStation 1, Sony's entrance into gaming, right? And lo and behold, the first game that they get with Final Fantasy VII turns out to be one of the most iconic Final Fantasies in its history. You get what I'm saying? Persona. I was waiting for Persona's hairline to show up. Hey, shout out to Persona's hairline check. Hey, I brushed my hair, but I gotta go see my barber, man. Like, cut me some slack, man. Persona's hairline, cut me some slack. I'm good. It's crispy. It's crispy, but it's crispy. It's crispy. It's crispy. It's good. We good. Persona's hairline. We good. So I think when it comes to, that relationship, Freddie, what's up? When it comes to Star Guardian, what's up? When it comes to Dark Artemis, what's up? Shout out to everybody in the chat. When it comes to that relationship that PlayStation and Square has, it dates back to PlayStation 1, right? So when I think of, and again, starting with the most iconic Final Fantasy in its series, right? I think even to this day, right? People put 7 in such a high regard. The story, the characters, the lore, the franchise, what's come of it with the movies and the shows and Dirge and Crisis Core and all this other stuff. Like, so many things were born from Final Fantasy VII's original game. It's crazy where, you can look at Final Fantasy VII really as its own franchise, like separate from, like, it's a separate timeline when it comes to Final Fantasy mainline, when it comes to Final Fantasy games. I feel like Final Fantasy VII is its own thing. Shout out to Slow-Mo Backclap in the building. Slow-Mo, I'm still in the process of completing 6, but from what I've played so far, I do think it's a really good game. But let me finish Final Fantasy 6, and then me and you can definitely have that conversation. But from what I'm playing, because you know what it is with 6, even though I didn't play 6 back in the day, I always liked Kefka as a character and as a villain. And as like one of the main antagonists of that game. He pretty much became God at the end of the game. Like, it's crazy how that whole story came together, whatever. Like, Kefka, I didn't know of Kefka, and I always thought, Kefka is a badass. So I definitely agree, Kefka is definitely a badass in 6. But when you look at that relationship that PlayStation and Square has, it goes back to Final Fantasy 1, right? I mean, excuse me, not Final Fantasy 1. It goes back to PlayStation 1. So when I think about that relationship, it's, to me personally, it's a no-brainer that PlayStation would have kind of first dibs, quote unquote, first dibs to some of Square's best games. You get what I'm saying? Because of that relationship that they've had over going back 20 plus years, right? But not only that, but also PlayStation's mind share, the market share, right? PlayStation almost accounts for almost 50% of market spending and market share, right? Like, even if we take it out of the realm of the business side, not the business, but even if we took it out of the realm of like a personal thing when it comes to, oh, well, you know, PlayStation and Square have been in bed together since PS1, even if we brought it to a business perspective type of thing, from Square Enix's side of things, PlayStation seems like the obvious choice for the first platform to really debut this type of game. One, because of the history with PlayStation and that platform with 7, right? But also the mind share and the business aspect of it as well when it comes to the type of money and the type of hype and everything that PlayStation generates year in and year out when it comes to their consoles and their games and you know, the public reception and things like that. So for a lot of for Square, it's a no-brainer. But when we look at it from the PlayStation side, you know, PlayStation is also looking at what games can they lock down for their console to separate their console apart from the competition. So on both sides of the spectrum with Square and PlayStation, these types of business dealings work for both sides because they're making their bread. PlayStation is willing to foot the bill, and they are getting that public reception with it. And also Final Fantasy, especially 7, is synonymous with PlayStation. So regardless of what side you look at all of this, it makes sense from a business perspective, from a brand perspective. You get what I'm saying? And you know, when we look at Final Fantasies after 7, you know, 8 was cool, 9, 10, 10-2. You know, again, I'm not going to 11. I'll say as a disclaimer, like put a little asterisk. 11 was on 360, so fine, that was the first one. 12 wasn't there, and then we get to 13. So the 13 series, the 13, 13-2, Lightning's Returns. 14 is not there, right? 14 is only on PlayStation and PC. 15 went to PlayStation and Xbox, right? So really, when you think of the entire PlayStation, when you think of the entire Final Fantasy franchise, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Final Fantasy games out of 16 that have went to Xbox. And then obviously they got I'm talking like day one, like that went to Xbox day one. Obviously now they have Final Fantasy, the old school Final Fantasy 7, 8. I think they have 9, 10, 10-2, 13. Now they have all, you know, they got all of that now. Especially, I think the 7, 8, and 9 are in Game Pass, and 10, if I'm not mistaken. My whole thing is, when it comes to the Final Fantasy series and when it comes to Final Fantasy in general, it has its following, right? And the people who really love Final Fantasy and really rock with Final Fantasy, albeit if it's on PlayStation or if it's on PC, and I'm talking like the new mainline games. Obviously 15 is the outlier now because, you know, that has released on all platforms. But before then, most people were getting their Final Fantasy 6 either from PlayStation or from PC with the older titles prior to it hitting Xbox. And to see a lot of people now so angry at the fact that this Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Final Fantasy 16 are not coming to Xbox, at least not day one. And really, we don't know when it's coming, when it's hit, at least in terms of Final Fantasy 7, the remakes, we don't know when that's hitting, right? That might not hit until the series is over. And shout out to Chris and Bari, because, you know, they've talked about this last week on their show. But, you know, Square, they've said it, and they have said it in their own interviews, that they want to finish up the series and it's easier to develop for just one console, and, you know, all that stuff, which is true, right? It's easier to develop for one console, it's quicker, right? You know, it's easy to move the assets from game to game, and we know that that Final Fantasy VII is going to be a 3-game series, right? It's going to be Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth, and the last one is going to be, you know, whatever it's called. We don't know yet. It makes sense, right? Final Fantasy 16, that's already been locked down by PlayStation. We know that's going to be exclusive to PlayStation. It may hit PC later on, you know, who knows. But as far as we know right now, as of the recording of this show, it is exclusive to PlayStation, right? Same thing with Final Fantasy 7. I think we can assume that those may hit PC later, right? I think it's safe to assume that, but as of right now, it's exclusive to PlayStation. My whole thing is, when it comes to this whole exclusivity thing, these are things that PlayStation has been doing since last generation. But let's go back a generation further back, right? Where Microsoft and Xbox were doing the same thing with a lot of those other titles, right? Not Final Fantasy, but Mass Effect, the Call of Duty maps, right? And a ton of other games were exclusive to Xbox for 1 to 2 years. Some of those games didn't even hit PlayStation until late in the generation or into the next generation. Alan Wake is the perfect example. That game was exclusive. Alan Wake 1 was exclusive to Xbox platforms for God knows how long. It just hit PlayStation platforms this last year. You don't see PlayStation dudes in the streets. Oh my God, Remedy, you're such a toxic developer. You're so anti-consumer.
Oh, Remedy, this is so unfair. How could you do this? What about the PlayStation Nation? What about the PlayStation Nation, Remedy?
You don't see nobody crying and doing that bullshit, because it's business. It's, at the end of the day, it's business. But this is why it's so hypocritical, man. This is why it's so hypocritical. Because PlayStation recognizes that in order for them to compete, in order for them to continue to stay relevant, right? Obviously the acquisitions and all, you know, they do all that, but you know, they still putting out some of the best games in the business, right? But also aligning themselves with developers and publishers who are also trying to push that level of quality, or that they know that those games and brands that they have are synonymous with PlayStation. PlayStation aligning themselves with games that will set them apart from the competition is how business is done, or at least a part of it, right? And the thing is, when we look at Microsoft and what Microsoft has done, and this is why I say, like, you know, when it comes to a lot of these zealots and like these fanboys, and it's so crazy because we have entire publishers that are taken off the market. Entire publishers that are gone. Bethesda and Activision they're off the market. They're gone. They now are owned by Microsoft. So multi-plat games that they were making, for the most part, some may still come, sure, but for the most part, those games are going to be exclusively on Xbox platforms and PC. Starfield, Elder Scrolls, Avowed, all that shit, exclusive to Xbox and PC. And you know what? Good. It should be, because Microsoft owns that. But you don't see everyone else in the community giving the same type of energy to Microsoft as they are with PlayStation, right? With Microsoft, it's praised and applauded that they went out and bought these publishers and bought these publishers and bought all these devs and stuff like that, right? And lock these things down to make their brand and their console much more appealing, to set their console apart. That's how business is done, right? That's how business is done. And what did those same people tell you that you needed to do? If you had an issue with because remember when Bethesda first got acquired and everyone was saying, oh yeah, well, you know, Starfield and Elder Scrolls, those are Bethesda's biggest games. Those games are still gonna be on other platforms. They have to be. You know, they wouldn't take that much money out of, they wouldn't want to risk losing that much money and blah, 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 right? That's what they told you. That's what people were saying. And then what were Xbox zealots and fanboys telling you in response? No, they shouldn't do that. No, they're not gonna do that. No, if you wanna play Starfield, if you wanna play Elder Scrolls, you gotta buy an Xbox. You better build a PC. Buy an Xbox and build a PC, which, okay, yeah, which is true. You need to build a PC or buy an Xbox if you wanna play Starfield or Elder Scrolls. If you wanna play Redfall, right? If you wanna play Halo or whatever these other games are, you either need to have a PC or an Xbox. Now let's flip the script to PlayStation. PlayStation, they are doing acquisitions here and there, right? But they're also doing other types of business dealings with companies to say, hey, look, we'll give you this amount of cash if you make this exclusively for our platform for a set amount of time. And you see here on our platform, our sales growth, our sales potential, our brand strength, all this other shit, our almost 50% market share. Right? The blame that people are putting on PlayStation, I personally think is misplaced. Or not even blame, the anger. A lot of people are angry at PlayStation because PlayStation is going out and locking down third-party games or locking down games to be developed exclusively on their platform, right? To set their platform apart, despite those same publishers or developers or whoever making the decision to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. They are also making that decision, and it makes business sense to them based upon the money that they're getting up front from PlayStation and locking down these deals in these IPs and all this other stuff. They're locking that stuff down because, one, these are the games that people really want to play. People really want to play Final Fantasy Remake Part 2, Rebirth. People really want to play Final Fantasy 16. People really want to play KOTOR. So if I'm PlayStation, I want to lock that stuff down. Because I know these games are system sellers. I know that these games are gonna push consoles. I know that this will be a smart investment. And again, going back to Final Fantasy VII Remake, this game is already synonymous with PlayStation. It started on PlayStation in terms of Final Fantasy VII. Was on PlayStation, the PS1. This is a no-brainer if I'm PlayStation. So you damn right I'm gonna lock that down. Absolutely, I'm gonna lock that shit down. And you could cry home to your mama, because I don't, it's business. It's business, man. If Microsoft going out and buying Bethesda and buying Activision is business, then what PlayStation is doing is also business as well. It's a different kind of business, but it's still business. Let me get these super chats. Yo, Viper Reap, what's good, man? Yo, appreciate you, bro. Always shout out to Viper, man. Give Viper Reap y'all flowers in the chat, man. You know, he does our timestamps and everything over on the What's Up PlayStation YouTube channel, man. We always appreciate Viper over there, and I appreciate you here too as well, Viper. Shout out to you, bro. So Viper says, we all know the exclusive part isn't the thing, because if Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was not exclusive, they wouldn't support or play unless it goes to Game Pass. That's their ultimate goal they want. Oh, Viper, we getting there. We getting there, Viper. Oh, Viper, you're a little ahead of me, brother. We definitely gonna get there. I'm setting it up. This is Legos. Nah, you know what? This is Jenga. We playing, Viper. The blocks are set up, and I'm pulling out the blocks one by one, until we send that motherfucker crashing down. Trust and believe. Oh yeah, we playing Jenga today. Trust me, Viper. Shout out to Viper, man. Me and Viper on the same page. We here, Viper. We eye to eye. Shout out to Viper, man. Yo, Ash and Luca, appreciate you, mama, pulling up, coming through, rocking out with your boy. She says, currently driving my brother and nephew around. Hope you're having a great show so far. Oh, always, Luca, and I appreciate you always pulling up. You already know. And then, yo, Sonic Moore. Sonic, I appreciate you, bro. He says, I can see more third-party studios making their games exclusive to PlayStation. Xbox simply don't support or buy games. RE8 is the perfect example. Oh. Hey, yo, listen. Y'all getting ahead of me. Y'all getting ahead of me. I had a whole show planned. Y'all getting ahead of the show. I love y'all, man. Yo, shout out to y'all in the chat. Hey, yo, listen. Hey, yo, listen, man. Hey, yo, trust me. We about to. It's just, I'm setting it up. I promise y'all, I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up. I promise. Y'all know me. I'm setting this up, man. Y'all getting ahead of me, man. Yo, Sonic, you getting ahead of me, brother. Let me set it up. Oh, man, shout out to y'all, man. And then shout out to Braxton and Bo, man. Braxton, I appreciate you, bro. He says, Persona, did you ever see that long reset era post going around a while back that basically tried to justify Microsoft buying all these publishers by accusing PlayStation of cheating by having third-party exclusives? It sounds, I don't remember seeing that, but I believe it. I'm not surprised. I mean, you had people lying. I remember some dude, he was claiming to be an insider. He was lying about the power of the PlayStation, saying that Resident Evil Village was struggling to hit 60 frames on PlayStation. And then later on, it came out that he was lying because he was tired of seeing good news for PlayStation and bad news for Xbox. So he wanted to level the playing field. So I wouldn't put it past anybody in this community to spread some type of misinformation or spread some type of rhetoric to justify one company doing something over another because of the zealots they're unhinged, man. People are unhinged in this community, man. It's crazy. Like, listen, I'll crack a joke any day of the week about this shit, right? About, the whole console war thing, and I'll crack jokes all day and night, man. Listen, I'll crack my jokes. Well, we can have a debate here and there, right? But it never goes past that. You feel me? These people are legit unhinged, man. They are creating propaganda. They are creating propaganda all in the name of their preferred console. You have people attacking Square Enix all in the name of their preferred console, not because they want the games, but because they want parity, right? They want the games on their platform of choice, not to play, but to boast. That goes for this whole Persona situation as well, right? Shout out to Persona, right? I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the game, obviously. I don't have to say that to y'all though, but anyway. Shout out to Persona, the games, because they're hitting Xbox, which, listen, good. That's good. I hope whoever wants them enjoys them and actually plays them. But from what I know with how this community moves and works, a lot of people in this community that are boasting that Persona that the Microsoft has got, those games are not going to get played. Because Persona 5 is 5 years old. It came out in 2017. Persona 5 is 5 years old. If these people have, because we didn't even get to the multi-console conversation yet. I'm just setting this up. Bro, I had a whole plan. We're going to talk about the business side, then we're going to talk about the multi-console owners, but let's segue into the whole multi-console. Let's segue into this whole multi-console shit. Because I've told this community a million times, that whole I own everything line that people love to use, that's bullshit. I've been saying that shit for a long time. That's a smoke screen. They treat that as a get out of jail free card to feel free to talk shit about this and that. And that's all smoke screen bullshit. Trust and believe. Like, that whole I own everything, that's all bullshit, man. Listen, I'm gonna set it up though. So look, let's talk about the multi-console owners, because we talked about the business, right? And we understand how business works. right? Both sides want to make their console or their ecosystem more appealing than the other. And you have to do different types of business dealings with the developers, publishers, and companies to set yourself apart from the competition. This has been happening since the beginning of time, or at least since the beginning of gaming. This has been happening. To set your console apart from the competition, you need to have the must-have, can't-miss games on it. It's just that simple. Xbox understood this back during the 360 generation. PlayStation understood it during the PlayStation 2 gen, PlayStation 4 gen, and now the PlayStation 5 gen. Xbox understood it since they jumped into the console space as well. But let's talk about the multi-console owners, because that's what I'm going to talk about. What game is on the screen? That's Final Fantasy 16, Stu Jersey. Let's talk about the multi-console owners. You know, the neutrals.
I'm a neutral. I'm a neutral.
Let's talk about the neutrals. Let's talk about the ones who love to always say,
well, I own all the consoles. I have no time to participate in your frivolous console wars. Why would I participate in your frivolous console wars when I own all the consoles? I've got a PlayStation, I've got an Xbox, I've got a PC, I've got a Switch. There's no need for me to be angry, right? I've got all bases covered. I'm a neutral. I don't have an allegiance to one console. I don't have an allegiance to one plastic box. I don't care about the plastic box. You understand? The plastic box means nothing. It's about the games. It's about the games. It's about the games.
that's what they love to say to you. On Twitter, in spaces, on fucking YouTube, all over the place, everywhere you look, you got people telling you that that they don't have a preference, that they love everything, that they play everything, they own everything, blah, 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 fucking blah, all day and night. You got people repeating the same thing over and over and over. So then, if that's the case, right? You own everything. You own every console. And listen, this doesn't apply to everybody. If it don't apply, let it fly. All right, let me put that disclaimer out there. If it don't apply, let it fly. But to the ones that it applies to a hit dog a holler. A hit dog a holler. You understand? So if you feel some type of way while you hear me talk about this whole multi-console ownership thing, then you might be the person that I'm talking to. You might be the person that I'm talking about. And you might want to look in the mirror. But anyway, they own everything. This is what they tell you every single day. I own everything. You can listen to me because I'm unbiased, because I own everything. I don't have an allegiance to a plastic box. That's what they love telling you. Every day. That's what they love telling you. Right? So then, fast forward to last week, or rewind to last week, Thursday, when we had the 20th anniversary of the Final Fantasy VII stream that was showing off everything that was coming, right? They showed off Final Fantasy VII Crisis, Ever Crisis. They showed off Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, which is a semi-remake, which is coming to all platforms, so PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. Then they showed off the bread and butter, what everyone was there for, Final Fantasy Remake Rebirth Part 2. And then they ended the show. And when they ended the show, people were telling me, oh, well, you know, Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to Xbox. It's coming to Xbox. I kept seeing that all through my timeline before Summer Game Fest hit. It's coming to Xbox. It's coming to Xbox. I'm like, okay. I've already platinumed this game twice. You know, I put hundreds of hours into this game. It's already been played by me. I'm waiting for the second game. So if that were true, okay. Right? But the show happened. No announcement of anything coming to Xbox outside of Final Fantasy Crisis More semi-remake reunion. Right? Rebirth 2 is exclusively coming to PlayStation 5 in next winter. Right? And all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. The zealots were mad. The zealots were mad. You understand me? I've seen people shaming Square Enix and PlayStation. Multi-console owners, by the way.
This is not right. This is not fair. Why is Final Fantasy VII Remake still not on Xbox? Despite me owning a PlayStation 5, it belongs on Xbox. I don't want to play it on my PlayStation 5. Even though I own the console, I don't want to play it on my PlayStation 5. I want to play it on my Xbox.
It's about the principle. Yo, Upchuck, what's good? Oh yeah, I fixed it. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait a second, hold up, whoa, wait a minute, wait a second. Why do you own all the consoles if not for this very reason? It's about the principle. Shout out to Smooth. Shout out to Smooth, but it wasn't just Smooth. It was all the usual suspects. It was the usual suspects plus more. Angry that this game wasn't coming to Xbox. These very same people who wear that, I own all the consoles.
I'm a neutral.
I'm a neutral.
I'm a neutral.
I'm about the console war.
I'm a neutral.
I don't do fanboy stuff.
I'm a neutral.
I don't have an allegiance to a plastic box.
I'm a neutral.
I don't have any tribalism.
I'm a neutral.
These are the same ones that are telling you that they have no allegiance to the console war. They have no allegiance to a plastic box. They go where the games are. But this is great for gamers. These very same people told you day in and day out for years, I go where the games are. But this is great for gamers. Well, the games are on PlayStation. Why aren't you there? Remember, you told us.
I'm a neutral.
This is what you told us. You told us you go where the games are. This is why you own all the consoles, because you go where the games are. I also have a PlayStation. I also have a PC. I have a Switch. I have a Vita. I have a 3DS. I've got a fucking Xbox. I got the Xbox One X. I got the Xbox. I got all that shit. I still prefer PlayStation as my preferred place to play because they are giving me the games day one. They are providing the best experience in the console market right now for me personally. But I'm not running around here telling you guys every single time I do a show or every time I'm in a space, I don't lead with, oh, I own all the consoles. You know what that means when someone says that? When someone tells you, when someone uses that, oh, when they lead with, I own all the consoles, it's immediately going to be followed by bullshit or some fanboy rhetoric. Almost always, when they start with, hey man, you know, imagine this is a Twitter space. And so my Twitter space name is I play games sometimes 224. Well, I play games sometimes 224. What do you have to say about the conversation? Well, you know, I started gaming when I was 5 years old, right? So as an adult, right, I own all the consoles, right? And, you know, owning all the consoles, man, you know, I don't really have an allegiance to a plastic box, right? I'm just someone that, you know, I just love gaming. You know, I go where the games are. I go where the games are, right? But, you know, I just think that, you know, PlayStation making this exclusive to PlayStation making Final Fantasy exclusive to their console, I just don't think that's the right thing to do. You know, and even though I own everything, I just think it's a bit anti-consumer because, you know, what about the guys who, or the people who can't afford to own everything? What about them, right? You should put the game everywhere because everyone can't afford to go out and buy a PlayStation 5, right? So, you know, this is why it should be multi-plat. It's like, what? And like you're sitting there listening to this bullshit, and you're just sitting there flabbergasted. And you're just like, what? Like you sitting at your job or sitting at home or playing a game or whatever you might be doing, you might be even thinking in your head, like hearing somebody say this dumb shit, right? And like you might be sitting there thinking in your head, you know, again, whatever you're doing at the moment when you're listening to that, you might be saying in your head, well, damn, I can't afford a Bugatti, I can't afford a Lambo, I can't afford a mansion in the Hollywood Hills, I can't afford to fly a first class round trip to another country, or I can't afford to get whatever it is. But nobody gives a shit about me. No one cares that I can't afford to own a mansion or a Bugatti or a private yacht on the sea. No one is speaking up for me and speaking up for me to get a yacht, and or reaching out to the yacht companies and the Lamborghini companies and saying, hey, you need to make your cars less expensive because I want to drive around in a Lamborghini too. You know why? You know why no one is doing that? Because in the real world, people understand that there's levels to this. And I know this, some of you might hear that and laugh and be like, huh? Like, you know, it's so simple. Like, there's levels to this, right? That same type of thinking also applies to gaming. But this is what multi-console owners do. Like the ones that like to run around with that moniker on their chest, that whole I own all the consoles bullshit, right? That's what they do. That's their MO. They want to tell you that they own all the consoles and flaunt that shit in your face. They want to tell you how much of a non-fanboy they are because they own all the consoles. They want to tell you that, you know, tribalism and fanboyism is toxic and has no place in gaming. They want to tell you that they go where the games are, but then want to tell you specifically how wrong it is for a game to be exclusive to a platform. And the sad part is, they all have the same MO, all of them, every single one of them, no matter where you're at, whatever podcast, whatever space, whatever conversation you're reading on Twitter. If someone leads with they own all consoles rhetoric, they are going to be followed by some bullshit. And they're not a fanboy and not in the console. It never fails, every single fucking time, right? And so my whole thing is, what about you? Because if you're playing the games Well, no, not even if. Let's turn that into a question. Are you actually playing the games? Because if we go to the Final Fantasy situation of people mad at Square because the games aren't coming to Xbox, those very same people do not play Final Fantasy games, let alone JRPGs. And if they do, show the proof. All the Final Fantasy games hit Xbox. Did you play them and beat them? Show us. Are you verifiable? Did you buy the games? Did you even boot them up and play them? Tell us or show us why you deserve this game on your platform. Especially if you own all the consoles, because you look foolish. You own everything. You look foolish. Yo, shout out to Viper Man in the chat, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says, this everybody can't afford phrase ticks me off. You made a bad investment. You didn't do the research and bought the wrong box. Do better. So I'm saying, Viper, the whole world got to pay for your fuck up and your mistakes in purchasing a console. Absolutely not. Why should a whole community of people not reap the benefits of what makes their box special because you didn't because you missed the boat? But we all know what this is, ladies and gentlemen. Like, let's enough with the games. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we know what this is. It's a list war. It's for bragging rights. It's to be able to say, oh, PlayStation gamers, we took another game from you. Haha. They don't want to play the game. They just want the game in Game Pass to give further validity that they're putting 100% belief into an unproven business venture was the right choice for them, because secretly deep down they're insecure about even that. They are looking for validation in their beliefs of being put into Game Pass. It's a list war. They see all the great games that PlayStation is getting, and they're angry. In their mind, they're saying, why can't Phil do that for me? Why can't Phil do that for me? And that's a good question. It's a very good question. See, Siren, they already know what it is. They already know what it is, man. But these are the questions that need to be asked. I have a better question. Shout out to Bari, because he posted this up this morning, right? Which this gives further validity, not necessarily to the Final Fantasy thing, but I think an overall thing of, just completing games, right? It's a chore to get people to complete games these days, especially when you're putting games in a service. It's a chore. It's a big chore. But the perfect example of that would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Great game. The game only takes about 3 hours, and that's playing it on the hardest difficulty. 3 hours, right? So on easy or normal, it's got to be even quicker than that, right? 12% on Xbox, 32% on PlayStation. You don't think people look at these types of statistics? Like when I say people, I mean like companies and developers and shit. You don't think, do you think they look at these types of statistics? I think they do. I for certain know PlayStation does. I 100% know PlayStation does. But people see that and say, damn, 32% of the people, 32% of console players are going to complete my game. Hell yeah, I want to go over there for my next game. That's a no-brainer, right? PlayStation, see, and this is just a hypothetical. Like, this isn't, I don't know anything about the backroom business dealings, but if I was a businessman, right? Like, hypothetically speaking, if I was running a company and I was trying to get another company to either put their product exclusively with me on my platform or something like that, I would go into the business. Obviously, we're gonna go in there with the cash, with the money. Obviously, absolutely. We're going there with a check. Obviously, we're gonna cut the check. But I think to make my case even stronger, when it comes to, hey, it's me, baby, man. Appreciate you, man, becoming a member on the channel. It's me, baby. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, bro. When it comes to those types of conversations, though, if I'm on the phone with a developer and it's like, well, why should we put our game on your platform? Like, yeah, the money sounds good, but is our game even going to be getting any type of traction on your platform? PlayStation shows up with the trophy statistics. Like, well, when it comes to completion rates on our console, an average of 40% of people have 40% of our console market complete games that are released on our platform. Shit, I mean, people act 40%. Shit, that's amazing. That's good. Yeah, fuck it, sign me up. Stuff like that matters, man, because it's not just about putting the game on the platform, right? Here's the thing that I think is really starting to get lost in the sauce with a lot of these types of conversations, and I'm hearing it a lot in spaces, right? Or like just seeing these types of tweets and stuff on Twitter. A lot of people keep talking about, these games belong on this console, or put these games on here and there and all this other shit, right? We keep seeing that stuff, right? But my thing is, are we really gonna play the games? And I'm not trying to make this like an Xbox versus PlayStation thing. I'm speaking in general here, right? Generally speaking, if there's a game I'm interested in, I'm gonna play it. Like I don't care if it's exclusive or not. If it's something that I really want to play, I'm really interested in, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna put time into it. Some of my game, some games get lost, fall through the cracks. I got so many games that I got to get to and got to play, and so I prioritize certain things over the other. But at the end of the day, sooner or later, these games are gonna get to and get played. That, like, when it comes to a lot of us as gamers, and listen, I'm really trying to have a serious conversation here with everyone. Are the games gonna get played? Like this list war, acquisition wars and shit that's happening on in spaces and on Twitter and on YouTube and all this other shit. Yeah, that stuff is fun for like shits and giggles and conversation and whatever. Like, the whole console war debate the debate banter and stuff like that. Like, all right, fine. But at the end of the day, are these games gonna get played? You feel me? Like, yo, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, for me personally, when it comes to Final Fantasy, when it comes to Crisis Core, when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I'm gonna play that, man. I'm gonna platinum those games. I'm gonna put time into those games. When it comes to Forspoken, releasing in October, I'm gonna play and platinum and put time into that game. I'm gonna post up combos and videos and shit like that. Yo, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, we got about 300 people in here. We almost at 300 people in here, man. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Hold up, boy. Damn, man. We almost had 300 people watching live. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Y'all know I appreciate y'all so much. Yo, Carl, man, we almost at 300, bro. I love it, man. You know, like shout out to my community of supporters, man. You know, I don't like calling people fans and followers and all that shit. I call y'all supporters, man, because you know y'all support me. You know, we support each other, man. I appreciate y'all. And y'all rock with me. It's my community, man. I'm trying to create a cool community of people on this side of YouTube, man. And you know, I just appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, right? But yo, I really want to ask this question to y'all in the chat, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you are going to play Crisis Core Remake or semi-remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at launch. Are you going that you're going to buy and play those games at launch? Put a 1 in the chat. The ones. Look at these ones in the chat. Look at the ones in the chat, man. And you see, that's important. You know why that's important? Because this whole exclusive and this list wars and acquisitions and all that shit, none of that shit matters if you're not playing the games. Like Call of Duty, I love COD, man. Y'all know I love my Call of Duty. Y'all know this. I'm a COD fanatic. You understand? I'm hardcore on the Call of Duties. Regardless if Call of Duty is owned by Xbox or not, I have always been playing Call of Duty, and I will continue to play Call of Duty as long as they keep making good CODs. I mean, if the COD is ass, you know, it ain't get picked up, at least not right away, probably on a sale. But I love COD. Final Fantasy being exclusive to PlayStation or not, the fans of those games are going to play those games. Just like how people are saying if you're a fan of Bethesda, you go where the games are. People keep using this phrase if they go where the games are. Well, the games are on PlayStation. Why are you not here as well? Not only as well. Especially if you own all the consoles. At the end of the day, we can talk about acquisitions and list wars till we're blue in the face. If you're not actually playing these games, none of that shit you talking matters, man. And I maintain that shit. None of that shit you talking matters if you're not actually playing the games. My list this year, in terms of the second half of 2022, my list is stacked when it comes to games that I'm gonna be playing. DNF Duel, Dust Divers 2, Soul Hackers 2, The Last of Us Remake, Last of Us 1 Remake, Gotham Knights, Forspoken, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Hogwarts, Callisto Protocol, Aegis, Stray, Steel Rising, Aegis, what's it called? It's this like, damn it, man. It's Aegis. It's Aurora, Aegis something. I forgot the name of it. It's this girl. She looks like Phoenix. She looked like the girl from Phoenix Rising. I forgot her name. God of War Ragnarok. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Are we playing the games, ladies and gentlemen? Like, real talk here. Because, like, I've seen all these people, especially these multi-console owners, they like to tote that shit. They keep saying that they love this and love that. Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Pokemon. Like, I'm on all that, man. But are we playing the games? It's one thing to get the games on your console, but are you playing that shit? And that's where all this comes down to, is that people in these spaces and people on Twitter and all around that keep talking about this whole, that are angry about these Final Fantasy games, especially the ones who don't play these games. You look like with all due respect, you look like a dumbass. You look like a fool, man. Because these are not games that you care about. These are not games that you play. You don't play these games. So where is this anger and anger towards Square and towards, where's this shit coming from? especially when you claim you're not a fanboy. You're doing very fanboy-like shit. Yo, John the Don, man, I appreciate you, bro. 3 months as a member on the channel. Damn, it's been 3 months already, John. Damn. I appreciate you, John. He says, Xbox crying about Final Fantasy skipping Xbox like they're huge fans, but won't play the free copy that got a FFR. They got on FFR cause they want it on Game Pass. That's what I'm saying. But yo, John, I'll go a step further. Everybody is angry about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth not coming to Xbox, but I don't see anybody talking about Crisis Core semi-remake hitting Xbox. That's huge. And for all we know, that might be the test to see if there's truly any type of shit, I just lost my train of thought. What's the word I'm looking for? Any type of interest for the Final Fantasy VII series. It's like cutting your nose off to spite your face. If you're really into the Final Fantasy series, pick up Crisis Core. It's a prequel anyway. You know what I mean? It's showing you the whole origin of the Buster Sword with Zack Fair, Angeal, Genesis, Sephiroth. Like, that story is dope. So, you know, despite you not getting Rebirth, there is a silver lining because you do have Crisis Core, which is a great story, especially with this with the upgrades that they have coming for this game. This is really going to be a treat, man. This is a treat. Like, you don't understand how long Final Fantasy fans have been begging Square for a Crisis Core remaster, remake, or something like that. And the fact that we're getting it this winter, y'all don't get it, man. Y'all don't understand how lucky we are. All you can see is the fact that a game is not hitting your platform, and you want to spike the whole developer. And that's why I said, like, shit like that. That's not what, like, real talk. Like, and I don't care what your preference are. You could be a PlayStation. You could prefer PlayStation, Xbox. I don't care what you prefer. People who act like this, you're not a gamer, man. You're not. That's not gaming. We crack the jokes and all that all the time. That's fine. But shit like this, sending hatred towards developers and towards PlayStation and Square and all this crazy shit. That's not what gamers do on any type of level. That's just not what gamers do. Especially when you claim that you got all the consoles and you're a multi-console owner. It's bullshit. That's bullshit, man. Yo, DC Gamer, what up, bro? Shit like that is lame. That's not what gamers do. But it's also funny. It's also quite hilarious to see all these people angry about games they don't play. That's like for y'all that have kids, right? Think of it like this. All right, think of it like this. For the parents, also happy belated Father's Day to the fathers in the chat. I know a lot of my supporters. I know y'all got kids and shit. You know, respect y'all time, right? Respect my time. I got a wife and kids. I know y'all got kids and shit. So shout out to the fathers out there. Happy belated Father's Day. But for the fathers out there, or for the parents, let me say parents. I know women watch my channel as well. Shout out to the ladies in the community. For the parents out there, right, that have kids. Your kid ever be eating something? Like, all right, so think of it like this. You're at dinner, right? Your kid is eating. They eating whatever they eating. They eating chicken nuggets, whatever the fuck they eating, right? They eating whatever. And then you come sit down with your plate of food and your kids start crying because they want what you eating. And it's like, but baby, you got your nuggets, you got your french fries. No, I want that, I want this, I want that. Why? like, you know, like, and that's how, I mean, that's how kids, you know, that's how kids are, you know, they're growing up. But very childish, mate. That's very childish. Like the type of stuff that I see in the community sometimes, especially when it comes to this whole Final Fantasy thing, very childish. Like if it's something you expect a child to do, that would want something despite them having what they have. You get what I'm saying? You know. So think of it this way: with Final Fantasy, they get in Crisis Core, but they're angry because they don't have Rebirth. So the kid has chicken nuggets and French fries, but they want mommy and daddy's steak with mashed potatoes and veggies. They want some of that, so they're crying. It's like, but you got food in front of you, baby. I want your food. I want that. You know, or you know, you ever been on a date with your significant other, or even with someone you're trying to get with? Well, this would more so happen with like someone that's like someone you claim, so like your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. You ever been on a date or like out to eat, or even at home? It don't matter. It could be out to eat or at home or whatever. You sit down with your food, right? And your significant other, they got their food, but they want some of your food despite them having their own food. My ex used to do that a lot. That type of shit annoyed the shit out of me, man. Like can I have some of your food? And it's like, shorty, you got your own food. Like, why you want my food? You got your own food. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. But that's my conversation, JP. Yo, DC Gaming, appreciate you for the super chat, bro. He says we don't need to worry about the fake gamers on the Xbox side. We are actually enjoying games and excited on this side. Absolutely. It's a lot of great games and a lot of great things out there. I'm playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I almost got the platinum. I got like 6 more trophies, and I had a platinum. And I'm going through Shredder's. I gotta level up Shredder, get Shredder's ending, and not Shredder. I keep saying Shredder, Splinter. I don't know why. I've been doing this since the game came out. I keep calling Splinter Shredder. I don't know why. I don't know. Splinter. I'm going through Splinter, level him up, and then I'm get his ending, and then I got to do the arcade mode stuff, and then I got the platinum. No, and Tony said no one likes those types of kids. Hey man, listen. I got nieces and nephews like that. It don't matter what they eating. You sit down with your food. Can I have some? It's like, yo, why you like this? Hey, yo, when I have kids, man, I ain't gonna lie. They'll probably be able to get away with it for a little while. Can I have some? What y'all say? But yeah, that is that's the show. It's really listen, at the end of the day, you got all the consoles, but you complaining about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth exclusivity, or the remake exclusivity at all, or even Final Fantasy 16's exclusivity. If you complaining about any level of exclusivity, and you own all the consoles and PC and all this other shit, you are a part of the problem in this community when it comes to misinformation and really stupidity. Yeah, stupidity. You are part of the problem, and you take that however you want. But yeah, guys, this has been a very fun show. Oh yeah, it's definitely fake outrage. I might buy TMNT even though I'm getting it physically next month. Yo, listen, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is fun as hell, man. Like if you love any of the old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, especially Turtles in Time, you're gonna love this, man. This game is nostalgia overload. So fun, a lot of replayability. I've put like 20 plus hours into this game already, and I'm still having so much fun. You know, getting the platinum. Like, it's all I've really been playing. Well, I've been playing that, and I've been playing Final Fantasy VII. Like, all this Final Fantasy talk has really got, more specifically Final Fantasy VII. All this Final Fantasy VII talk, plus Crisis Core and everything. So I was like, you know what? You know, let me go back and get the platinum in Final Fantasy VII OG, the PS1 game. So I've been playing through that and working on the platinum and getting everybody and leveling everybody up and stuff like that. So I started from the beginning because my save, I was just like, you know what? Let me start from the beginning. So where am I at right now in Final Fantasy? I'm at the Reno boss fight on top of, like, they about to drop that plate on Sector 7, you know, so I'm fighting Reno right now. So I've been playing Final Fantasy VII, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a little sprinkle of Call of Duty here and there. I'm debating if I want to go back to Resident Evil Village and beat that, or if I want to wait for the third-person update to hit later this year. That's why I stopped playing RE Village, because I was like, do I want to keep playing the first person and just beat the game, or do I want to wait till the third person? I'll probably most likely get back to it and just finish it, but my main games right now is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Final Fantasy VII OG. Nova, what's up? You started Final Fantasy VII PS1? Yes, it's still such a good game even to this day, man. I love it. But what else am I playing? What else am I playing, man? Well, DNF Duel comes out the end of this month. It actually comes out next week, Friday. So once DNF Duel hits, I'm like in the lab super heavy, figuring out who my mains are gonna be. I kind of know, like, it's gonna be Ghostblade and somebody else, but I might not use Ghostblade just because Ghostblade kind of, I don't know, I gotta see. I love using Ghostblade, but I might switch it up. But I'm gonna be in the lab heavy with DNF Duel and practicing, because I got a grudge match coming up in July, on July 14th at 9 o'clock against Upchuck Gaming. You know, he's definitely a formidable foe. You know, it's $300 on the line. It's a $300 prize pot. So you know, I gotta make sure I hit the lab and you know, make sure that I'm right. Obviously, it's gonna be live streamed as well. You know, Bari and Dre, they're gonna be commentating that. You know, so I gotta practice. You know, I gotta make sure I'm good, because you know, I'm a wash Chuck, but I'm gonna make it stylish how I wash him. You feel me? He gonna get washed up, you know. Yo, watch. He gonna type in the chat. He gonna type the eyes in the chat. Watch. I'm a wash Chuck, you know. But I want to make it look stylish, so I gotta hit the lab and make sure I'm good. Then obviously the tournament, the DNF Duel tournament, is gonna be on the 16th. That's Saturday, at 3:30. Right? 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of good stuff is coming up. Right? Check, man. I can't fuck with you, Gold Chain gamers. Yo, Damon's Ghost, what's up? Gold Chain, nah, ain't no Gold Chain. Corey Salamel, Persona, that literally just happened. With the trash talk already. Oh, yo, Blackbeard, you already know, man. Listen, Chuck better be ready. It's gonna be a repeat of that Demon Slayer. You feel me? It's gonna be a repeat. Nah, let me stay humble. Because if I get cocky, that's how you lose. You get too cocky. Let me stay humble, man. Listen, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Either way, it's gonna be fun. So I hope y'all pull up to that. It's gonna be on Bari's channel. But listen, shout out to the new members. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. We had about 300 people pull up today, man. Round of applause for y'all in the chat. Round of applause, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Listen, I appreciate all of y'all pulling up, rocking out with me, man. I appreciate the support that you all give me and give the channel and whatnot. If you missed this last weekend's episode of What's Up PlayStation podcast, definitely check that out. A really good conversation, good topics, good talk with me and Barry, man. The link to that is in the description. Shout out to the new members, like I said. If anybody else wants to become a member, the link to that is in the description as well. Oh, I gotta show y'all. So let me show y'all this real quick. So I updated my merch store. Y'all gonna love this, man. Y'all gonna love this. Y'all are going to, I updated the merch store, right? So gwpmerch.com. Hold up, let me merch store. Let me show y'all the new merch. The new merch, right? So Optics has always been, my shirt. That was the first shirt. We also got the Gaming Politician shirt, man. Listen, we got the Gaming Politician shirt. Let me zoom in on that. Nice little polo logo. I'm gonna add the other colors as well, because I got like the Gaming Politician with him, with the red tie, with the green tie, with the blue tie and everything, and it's got the, what's the name? So I got the Gaming Politician shirts, right? But this one I know y'all gonna love, man. I also got the Respect My Time shirts. I got the Respect My Time shirts, man. They're finally up. I finally put it up. Y'all gonna love that Respect My Time shirt, man. I got a sample of it coming, man. I can't wait till it gets here. The Respect My Time shirt is here. Listen, guys. And listen, I'm equal opportunity. You feel me? So I got the black hands, right? But for my light skins, the people that ain't black, I got y'all as well. We got the white hands for the Respect My Time. Listen, I got y'all. Y'all feel me? I'm thinking ahead. I'm making sure that everybody can rock out with Persona's merch. I got the Respect My Time shirts. You understand? Which means that, listen, you put, it's summertime, guys, right? You going out on a date, right? Or you going out to meet somebody, the shirt is on, they know right away. Oh shit, this person means business. Respect my time? I better respect his time. Holy shit, I better respect his time. Oh shit. You understand me? The Respect My Time shirts are up as well, guys, right? Don't all jump at once, but the Respect My Time shirts are up. Highly requested, right? Highly requested. The Respect My Time shirts are here. The Respect My Time shirts are here. gwpmerch.com. gwpmerch.com. In the chat. gwpmerch.com. Go get you a shirt. I got the Optics, I got the Mr. Gaming Politician, I got the Respect My Time shirts up in all colors too, right? It don't gotta be black, right? Even though black is my favorite color, we got the pink for the ladies or the fellas. Listen, fellas, wearing pink is not great. Listen, rock out with the pink, man. Respect the fellas that rock the pink. Ladies, fellas, it's up to y'all. We got the navy blue. We got the red, my favorite color. You feel me? We got the green. We got the purple. We got the white. Listen, man, I got y'all. gwpmerch.com. Definitely go and get you a shirt. I appreciate y'all. But yes, that is it, guys. I appreciate y'all so much. If you enjoyed the show, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to the new members. Shout out to everybody that supports your boy. I appreciate y'all so much. This has been your boy Persona, episode 200. We on 200 episodes of When Persona Speaks. Oh man, I'm gonna do something special for y'all next show. Next show is gonna be dope. We in the 200s now. Persona, when you married, you learn to order 2 of everything because the wifey always wants some of what you got. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right on that, Corey. That's 100% right. It's my opinion. Yo, listen, Fahim, trust me, guys. I got y'all. It's some other shirt designs that's working in my brain. I'm gonna hit up my boy Oblivious, and we definitely gonna make that poppin' and make that happen. But I know respect my time has always been like a saying that I know everybody on the channel, they love, this respect my time. I got a wife and kids. This was one of my first sounds, that everyone in the chat, everyone in the community started saying, right? So I know respect my time was definitely a shirt that I knew that the supporters and people in the community would love, right? So go grab your shirt if you want, if you like it. For you or for the couple, the misses, the Mr. and Mrs. or the couples, right? You go out, you got on a black respect my time shirt, she's got on a white, you understand, or a green or whatever, and y'all go to a restaurant, the restaurant gonna know, oh shit, that's a couple that shouldn't be messed with. We gotta respect their time. And obviously for the gaming politician, listen, you walk outside with the gaming politician shirt, they know you are a voice of the people. They know that they are going to be in good hands with you because you have a gaming politician shirt on, and Mr. Politician is for the people. So definitely check out the merch store. And that's it, guys. Listen, I appreciate you guys. One last round of applause for the folks in the chat. Oh, no. I got it. Carl, I got something close to what's your gamer tag. I don't want to say it yet because I don't want people stealing my ideas. So wait till you see the shirt that I got for that. Oh my God, I got a lot cooking, guys, I promise. But I appreciate you guys. Have a great evening. It's been your boy Persona, and I'm out. Peace.